Once again, good morning, sir. Welcome to Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Director of Transportation, Dr. N. Murthy sir, and Senior Structural Engineering, Geetha Y Gunja ma'am, and followed by HOD sir, Dr. Paragirish Kumar sir, and faculty, my dear panelists. Myself, Rajeshwari, I am coming from 2nd BTech Civil Department. It is truly an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at remarkable event focusing on empowering women students towards leadership and role of civil engineering with an entrepreneurial mindset. In this event, we are extremely happy to have with us and resources persons as our chief guest. Let's welcome to Jahnavi intro to the chief guest of the Dr.
Good morning, sir. I take this as my privilege to introduce Dr. Narasimha Murthy, one of the guests of today's program. Dr. Murthy is highly experienced transportation engineer and the director of transportation at CWE Corp with USA. He had obtained his PhD in the transportation engineer from Cronquet University, Montreal, Canada. Dr. Murthy is registered to professional traffic engineer in California with extensive expertise stretching over 35 years in various sectors, including consultancy, public agencies, and as a president of Murthy Transportation Consultancies Incorporated. Dr. Murthy has actively contributed to the field through his involvement in major transportation projects across the states at the global level. Dr. Murthy's commitment to the industry is immense, executed several notable international projects alongside. His multi-faced understanding of technical, financial, and legal aspects with several projects. The leverage he has in the field is remarkable, and it is truly pleased having Dr. Murthy as one of the chief guests for today's program. I would like to hand over this session to take it forward. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. Good morning to all the students, the faculty, and I thank the Vishnu College of Engineering for inviting me to participate. If you look back into your parents, as your mother, and behind that your grandmother, and beyond that, definitely you will see that what you are achieving today by coming here, you have already been empowered. You should be very thankful to the people who started this engineering college and all the faculty and all the other people who work to make this engineering college run. All of you as students should be extremely grateful to them. Empowerment. It's a very powerful word. It's not a single thing. It's a multifaceted and it's a process. It is like raindrops coming, and what happens? It's only a drop coming, right? Over time, what happens? It becomes a storm. Same way, empowerment is something that all of you need to understand, and how to change the society that is highly biased in many ways, whether it is for women or men, but mostly women are highly biased and discriminated over, you can say, for centuries. But in the modern world today that we are living in the 21st century, things have progressed well. As I said in the beginning, that you are having a college that is dedicated to women only, and you are able to come and enjoy the facilities and become great engineers in the future. So, time has helped in the process of empowering women. But if you carefully look at it, there has been a bias from the very beginning, but yet it is left to each one of us, either man or woman, to fight through this discrimination and bias and make sure that the society understands that equality is something that needs to be provided for both the genders. By nature, we understand that men have physically much stronger, but if you carefully look at the other aspect of life, women may not be physically that strong, but all aspects of life, they can definitely challenge the men. So keeping that in mind, what I expect from you as an engineering student, whether you're first year, second, third, or in the final year, or those who have finished, the important thing is you become empowered yourself. That means to say that you have a self-worth, an integrity, honesty, and always don't ask what the society can do for you. Rather than, like John F. Kennedy said, you think what you can give the society. How could you improve the situation for many women coming in the future who join your college? What are the things that are not there right now? How can we improve the situation? Whether it is teaching, whether it is lab, whether it is all these aspects of it, you can definitely speak about it. You should not be scared. Empowerment means having the freedom of thought. Okay, that's why you have to understand that what empowerment is. Empowerment means you have the freedom to express your desire, your thought, and having the mobility to go any place that you want to go, and any type of education that you want to have, and any kind of field that you want to enter. Most you have choices and control over your life to influence society. So remember these things. That's very important. You are all young now. As you grow older, you will see how the society, when you go to the workplace or when you are trying to finish your final year, so many problems come up. But you should have the empowerment to overcome these and express what is right, what is wrong, but also help others. Empathy is another part of empowerment. If nobody has empathy, nobody is going to help the other person. So you should learn from now itself to have empathy for others, whether you're a student friend who is struggling with a structural analysis problem or not able to understand the maths with integration. You give the empowerment for them by helping them to understand it if you know better than them. So the helping nature and the empathy is another important part of empowerment. So it just doesn't happen. That's why I said in the beginning itself to you, understand the part of women and how they can be given the freedom of thought. That's very important. Along the same lines, you should also have good preparation. When you come to college, and you should know about time management. You cannot have excuses for things that are not done. That doesn't bring women into empowerment. So all of you should commit yourself to time management, discipline, and preparation that you require to take your exams or to take your classes or any other. We need to overcome that, and I hope something about your future in the transportation field. I have worked 30 plus years in transportation field. I should say I've been very lucky. I had one professor in India, in UVCE, Bangalore. His name was Dr. C.E.G. Justo. He just passed away about 3 years back. But he is the man who inspired me to take transportation. When I moved to Canada, I saw that there was an opportunity to change your subject. In India, what happens is, if you are taken a subject, you are mostly stuck in the university with the same subject. But in abroad, the most important thing that happens is you have the empowerment. I should use that word here. Empowerment to change the subject that you want to wish to study. So I had the opportunity to change to transportation. Then I changed and I did my Master of Engineering in Transportation and also my PhD in Transportation Engineering. Then I moved to California for my first job in 1988. So since then I have been working in this area. But what I can tell you is, in the transportation field, as you know that India has exploded in the last 20 years, building highways and freeways and roads all across the nation. It's a great thing. But for that to be happening, and also to build that what Mr. Honorable Modi is thinking of, the 5 trillion economy. Transportation is the bloodline of any economy. Remember that. So, if you are in the transportation field, actually you are developing the country towards the goals that are set by the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, that is to achieve the $5 trillion GDP for the country by 2030. What I'm trying to say is transportation is a great field. So whichever, wherever, whatever you study, either you study transportation planning, either you study urban planning, or you study sustainabilities, or you study freight analysis, or you study transit, or you study intelligent transportation systems, or being a traffic engineer. I myself, I am a professional traffic engineer in the state of California. What does that mean? That means that I am able to do traffic engineering designs, and I could sign those drawings and also the reports that we produce in traffic engineering. So you have a lot of opportunity to do that. Therefore, I request you that whatever civil engineering field you are in, put your effort in that. And if you plan to get into transportation engineering area, there are many, many opportunities for you. And once again, I thank the Sri Vishnu Engineering College for providing me this opportunity to speak with you. And I hope you all will be empowered to do what you wish to do. And thank you very much. And look forward to Miss Geetha's lecture. She is a very accomplished engineer, woman engineer, I should stress that. And I have known her for the last 25 years. And definitely should listen to her and try to copy what she has done in her life and achieved till today. All the best to all of you. And Geetha, I will look forward to listening to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful words. And now, our invite HOD sir, Dr. Palagirish Kumar sir, let please share some words.
Please unmute. Varishwari, please unmute.
To invite our HOD sir, Dr. Palagirish Kumar sir, please share some words.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Greetings to all of you, and a very good morning to our distinguished guests of today's event, empowering women in the field of civil engineering and entrepreneurship mindset among the students. Today's guest, Dr. Narasimha Murthy sir from USA, and Mrs. Geetha Y Gunja from Bangalore, Worley, India. So very hearty welcome to you both for this program, and I really thank for accepting the invitation for addressing our students on various aspects of empowering women in the field of civil engineering. And if you look at the Indian culture used to respect females at most. If you look at most of the gods that praise, most of the gods are female. For example, are dominating the females from the males. The reason is maybe the patriarchal society that we follow since ages. But yet we have to change this by educating the women students and also making sure that they are also taking part equally along with men. I believe the females are most powerful because they are almost equal to the men, and also they can even do more than that what we do, because the reason behind it, our existence is also a female. So that's the reason the need of education to the women is very important. I see oftenly many of the students are getting educated, but since they have been not encouraged to do job after the graduation or after the education. So since I request all the students across the department to focus more on, after finishing graduation, you are the one who has to take up the role of something which is of your passion or which is of your interest, because you need to convince your parents, because you have to find out what is your most important and interest part for you to achieve in life, because definitely you have more responsibility, because you have more determination, you have more caliber, more capacity to prove you are all can reach many things. So on this note, I would like to see forward to have a note with Mrs. Geetha Madam to empower our students with a lot of things. Most importantly, I want to see my students to be actively taking as a role of engineers, especially civil engineers, on the different streams, maybe transportation, maybe structures, maybe like you in offshore structure. I want to see many students to raise their career high and bring their name to the to the nation. So with this, I would like to wrap up my speech and would like to hand over to you further. Rajeshwari, please proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Geetha Y Gunja, ma'am. And ma'am, intro is followed by Ms. Jahannavi.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jahannavi. It's my absolute delight to introduce today's speaker, Ms. Geetha Y Gunja, who is a highly experienced and senior structural engineer with a remarkable career spanning over 18 years. She is currently working on energy transformation projects and in Worley company as a senior structural engineer. Her expertise encompasses a diverse range of projects in the field of offshore wind, substations, upstream oil, gas ventures and onshore structures. Her offshore engineer background includes comprehensive involvement in structural design analysis and in the review of critical documents during conceptual engineering and FEED phase of offshore substations. She also played a key role in the detailing engineer of FPSO, topsides, wellhead platforms and turret supporting structures. Her onshore engineer experience covers various structural including training, production blocks, well pad structures, bridge decks, temporary steel towers and industrial buildings. Her dedication to her profession exemplified by her membership in prestigious engineering organizations, including being a graduate member of IS-E and a member of Women Engineer Society UK and the Society of Women's Engineers in USA and India. Greatest achievements come to the people who believe, plan and work tirelessly to run their dreams into reality. Your dedication and success contributes to a wide range of structural engineer projects. I'm sure your journey will be inspiring many girls today. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, very kind of you, and thank you so much to Dr. Pala for giving this opportunity to present in front of women. And thank you so much to Murthy uncle to introduce me, Dr. Pala, and this has transpired into this big event. So, I wouldn't say only women are behind me for the success, but here behind my success it is Murthy uncle. His support, his encouragement throughout my career, and the focus that he has given people over years. I'm one of them, so I don't take all the credit. And of course, my parents have been a pivotal role in pushing me to study. And my father being a professor of maths, he has supported a lot of women to study, to work. And you know, in a very typical society, you wouldn't find many women working in those days, but everybody in those days have got encouragement from someone, and today they are all done well, and many might have retired as well. So okay, let's get going. I will share my screen. Yeah, I don't know if you are able to see my screen because I can't see you. Please confirm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Seems.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, empowering women, like Murthy uncle said, empowerment has to be felt within you and practiced. Your discipline, your zeal and your passion for your work has to push you towards empowerment. So it is not just for women, okay? We are all talking about women because we are less in the society working in women, you know, in engineering field or, you know, be it any field. We are only 22% currently practicing in the industry. And I would want to see more number of engineers working in the field, working in the offices and be leaders in this society. So let's start. And okay, my agenda is very simple. I don't want to bore you with too much of technical, details. Colleges are doing the best to give you the best knowledge that you require and set your goals for what you want to do. And now it's your choice. So I thought, okay, I'll just show you a lot of things in picturestic form so that you will probably get inspired to work in the industry. So I will start with civil engineering industry, then engineering marvels of the world, engineering marvels of India, and engineers' responsibility, importance of fundamentals, and application of fundamentals, and a side work. Just thought I'd just show you a brief video of one of the things I found, and industrial branches in civil engineering. Then I'll tell you about my journey. So let's start. So typically, when you enter the civil engineering industries, you will see this in your books. Roads, airports, ports, railways, energy, utilities, education, healthcare, social. What you won't realize is the impact that you're making in the world. Did you imagine that somebody would build someday an egg-shaped structure, Infosys Pune? So did you imagine a globe-like structure will be built? I mean, probably it's not there in these books, but the application of what you're studying today is a larger impact than you can imagine. That appreciation, please develop it right away as you are hearing to me and how much of effort that your teachers and professors are putting in. This is the impact they are expecting you to do in the future. And maybe you might have seen this, otherwise I don't. And offshore structures, not so seen in the books or heard about, but the world is powered by oil, petrol and diesel. Where is it coming from? The crude oil, which we are drilling from the seabed. And there are some onshore structures where we are also drilling in Rajasthan. And there's a big industry in offshore. So I want to do a very broad explanation of all the structures that is present today. And then offshore is where I am working right now since more than, 13, 14 years. And before that, I was doing onshore structures. So roads and transportation engineering is what Murthy uncle spoke to you about, and that itself is a very huge industry, and there are so many things to learn, so many things to do. So what is most important is you need a you need to have the self-motivation. You need to have the zeal to learn and to do things. And I want you guys to work in the industry. So let's move forward. I don't know, I thought I would make it interactive, but since I can't see on my screen, these are the huge engineering marvels. Okay, this is in France, this is a viaduct. This you might have seen in so many ads. This is Palm Islands in Dubai, and this is a nest building. And this is inspired by birds' nest. Today, structures are not just typical houses or multi-storied buildings, what you're seeing daily in apartments. We are innovating, we are creating. The creativity, innovation goes in hand because I'm a structural engineer. I'm more so showing you of all the structures that are around the world because these are things that you're visibly seeing it and you appreciate the amount of analysis and design that has gone into this. It has just not happened by software. Okay, software is just a tool. Please understand basics and fundamentals has made the structures happen. And this is the Large Hadron Collider. And today we are supporting not just, just living. Okay, earlier we were saying food, water, shelter is for life, right? Shelter is house. Housing, who is providing? Civil engineers. Today contractors are also providing, so let's not go there. But a very well designed and stable, safe house is done by civil engineers. And these structures, they are long term, okay? They are making an impact over 100, 150 years, or maybe we are going to evaluate their life after the design life and we're going to do retrofitting. There is so much involvement of engineering and engineering design, retrofitting, future. There is this is a growing field and it never stops and never stops innovating. So moving forward, in India, we have the Pandan Bridge. Okay, you might be knowing the classical bridge in London which opens for ships. We are not behind. We have a railway bridge which opens up for ship movement, and this is not a simple design, I'll tell you. the amount of thought process that has gone inside to make this hydraulics working, make the bridge, during the transportation of rail movement and the loads that is coming in, it is a lot of thought process, lot of engineering calculations, and this is only possible if you're passionate about what you're doing. So somebody who has designed this has put so much of thought process into this and has done a fantastic job. Okay. And moving forward, you might have heard, Statue of Unity, Gujarat. This is built by L&T, designed by Tata Consulting Engineers. I was there in the team in the infrastructure, but I didn't design it. The amount of work that has gone through this is a fantastic structure. So much of effort is involved in this building of this structure. So today we are not just talking about buildings, we're talking about iconic structures. So people want to make a mark in this world to remember you. So who would not remember L&T preparing this, construction, transporting things, and the amount of architectural coordination that is required for this structure. And this Atal tunnel is a very long tunnel in the Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh. Fantastic, I have been there and you should really visit. See, it's more so civil engineering, you have to see it to believe it. So unless you see it, you don't appreciate what you're learning. So please visit sites, please see places when you go on holidays. Just don't see for the sake of, taking a selfie or a backdrop or, posting it on the social media. See it for the importance of the amount of effort that has gone, in engineering, constructing, and, sacrifices many people, laborers have made. I don't know, many people must have lost their life during this, so it is so important to have safety in design, safety in construction, and I'll talk about it in the coming slide for that. And this is Bandra Worley Sea Link, and you might have heard of cable stayed bridges and suspension bridges, so this is a classical cable stayed bridges with towers. And you might think these cables are very simple design. It's not. You need to do calculations. Each of these have been so thoroughly designed, and simply we cannot just erect in the middle of the sea. So you need to understand what sort of construction challenges somebody has gone through to build this. Okay, so every single element, the road, the curvature of this road, how it was planned. So feasibility studies for each of these projects are so important, and the risk factors. Yeah, you cannot just, walk into the sea like how you do in the land and construct it in the middle of the sea. So it takes a lot of effort, lot of planning, lot of thinking. And, these things are basics to working in the industry. Then moving forward, what is not known? Okay, we are supporting rocket launching. You may not design the rocket as such. This is the tower, what you're seeing behind. This is a launch tower. Okay, and these designs, what you're seeing, the retractable bridges, these are not simple design. It doesn't happen like how you're doing a multi-story building, structure and, understanding sway and, story drift and these things. That is one part of the core structure. We are talking about retractable bridges attached, and there are hinges, there are rotatable connections here, and they all open up. Okay, you need to feel this engineering capacity. What you are imagining, you are able to build the creativity in the background. So understand every element of what you're studying today, appreciate every subject, be it you can work in the office, in the field, or in any part of structures, environmental. Every single aspect has an impact on life. Please remember, these are all, we couldn't have launched Chandrayaan, made a mark in the world, right? So there are small efforts that has gone through different, engineering branches, and more so for this construction and analysis of this structure. And then Mahatma Gandhi Setu, you must have heard, this largest, bridge. So this is, some of them. There are many more you can go through. And there's one more structure which most of them probably don't get to see, the sewage treatment plants. One of them I had an opportunity to visit because I was working in Tata Consulting Engineers in the starting of my career in 2002. And these sewage treatment plants have to hold and treat sewage. So people may think, sewage, what is there? How are they treating? It doesn't matter, right? For a day-to-day person, it doesn't matter. but we have to be able to be living sustainably. So we have to treat our waste before sending it to the sea or dumping in the sea. There is sea life, we have respect for life, respect for environment, and that's how things happen. So every aspect, please make your effort to understand, and there are calculations in everything, okay? Environmental engineering, sewage technology, everything has a calculation. Simply pipelines are not running under our roads. Everybody is putting a lot of effort in trying to understand what is the sewage load or what kind of treatment it has to undergo, and these things are taught in engineering. So when it is taught, you may not appreciate it, but when you see these structures, you realize that what amount of effort has gone into it in building these and making this happen. So it's very important. So what is our responsibility? Okay, our responsibility is, somebody will imagine today I wanted to build a Statue of Unity. Did anybody imagine it is going to have an involvement of so much of construction, so much of material, so much of engineering and costing that is required? So somebody is doing feasibility study for the government. So there is a planning commission which will do a feasibility study, release a tender, and all the companies who are involved in the industry today are doing those tender submissions, and somebody who's the least bidder will get the award. And then what do they do next? You are doing analysis of all the structures that I showed you previously, involve in-depth understanding of fundamentals. Do not ignore your fundamentals. Strength of material, that is the basis of life. Strength of materials, theory of structures, if you're doing analysis. If you're doing calculations for catchment area, calculation for sewage capacity of tanks, they are also calculations. So analysis is just not, putting it in STAD or SAGS or robot or anything that, gives you some results. Unless you understand what you're putting inside the analysis software, you will not understand the results. Okay, and safety in design. Safety in design is a very important aspect. We have to make sure the design life is met. Minimum design life for any structure onshore, 150 years for bridges. For structures, it is minimum 50 years, and after that they have to do lot of checking of feasibility of retaining that structure, what kind of strengthening is required, and safety. Earthquakes, right? What devastation they have created. The very classical Bhuj earthquake, what amount of destruction. So you can imagine if an unqualified contractor builds a structure or a house, let's say, okay, and people are living in the house, there is life. It's our responsibility to make sure the design is safe, so somebody can use it safely and realize, okay, I am safe and I'm not going to collapse, the roof is not going to collapse on my head, or the structure is not going to fall on the ground, right? So it is very important. Then identifying risk factor. These are the risk factors which you are identifying in analysis and design. You are telling the client, these are the things that is going to happen. This is in zone 4 or this is in zone 3. These are the kind of, coded requirements. 1893 is telling you for RCC. Please go through codes. Don't ignore IS 456, IS 800, 1893, SP6. Every single of these are viable. Today, industry is standing on this. All the codes, all the equations, what you're learning, first fundamentals in your college, and the codal requirements, what your teachers, professors are teaching you, please keep this in mind, bear this in mind, use it. Because ductile detailing for seismic structures is extremely important. Safety in construction. So, see, simply we cannot transport things on the road or transport on sea. There are modular structures which are built. You have to do analysis to lift it, to transport it, and to install it, whether it is in sea or whether it is on land. Today we are talking about wind turbines. Wind turbines are there both in onshore and offshore. Offshore is slightly challenging because of the parts that we can transport on the barges. Onshore also is tough, but we have figured it out. How much of length can be transported on the road, and what sort of sections can be assembled and welded together, and where these seams are going to be. And we have identified these risks. Everything is evolving. come to the industry, you learn so much. So first, get your basics right, study your engineering right, come to the industry, you have a large base for growing, and you will be one of them, and you will, I hope you build iconic structures, save the world, and it's important. So one of these responsibilities you see in Venice Tide Barrier, this is the largest project that has happened. If not for this tide barrier, the city would have sunk. You must have known this. So these are some of the images which I thought I'll capture to understand a first-hand feel of how floods can affect a city, and it can drown the city. So you realize the amount of importance of your learning to the world, right? So these tide barriers have, you go to the Google, it'll give you how these barriers are working. Now, if you understand how these barriers are working, then that means you're good in your basics. So if you're good in your basics, you will understand how these flows are happening, how you're controlling the flow, and how people are still safely able to walk about, right? And the city is still alive, right? So this is the kind of social responsibility we are in. So I kept on talking about fundamentals, and you might be wondering, what am I talking about? So, axial force, shear force. Yeah, classical diagram which we draw a cube and we say these are the perpendicular forces, and what impact they have. If my material properties, stress strain, is not within the limit, then I'm yielding to fracture. It is visible. Structures don't hide anything, okay? Cracks are visible in PSC. And RCC, you might have seen a lot of beams, happily hogging, right? After a certain life of that structure, you can visibly just keep looking up how the connections are made and how the structures are behaving. You'll really understand and you'll love the subject actually. And why forces, right? We have to do calculations. If we don't do calculations and get our fundamentals correct, we cannot proceed with the design. So these are very important concepts, what your professors are teaching, what your syllabus is. And these are for life, okay? Fundamental design and approval is very important. And now that we are moving from, allowable stress design, you will learn this, or if you're already in final year, you're probably knowing this. Allowable stress design is only where we are under the elastic limit of this stress strain curve, okay? And beyond that, we are reaching the yield point, and we say allowable stress, we are not going to go beyond the allowable limits. Whereas LRFT has pushed the limits, right? Load resistance factor design, we are adding factors within the loads, we are generating a worst case scenario for the structure, and we are taking it beyond yield, plastic limit. So your plastic design, plastic analysis, all this comes into picture. So do not ignore your fundamentals. So like I said, from fundamentals, your beam design, column design, truss, RCC steel, joint design, very important, retaining walls, PAC bridges, offshore structures. I took it separately because, don't mind me, I am in offshore structures, and there's a lot to do in offshore structures to learn and deal with. And we want a lot of people to come into offshore structures as well. Dams, and every single element has just not got structural design. It has got civil RCC design, it has got catchment calculation design. Like I showed you, the sewage plant has calculations required to understand what kind of diameter you're going to put these tanks in. So everything, every aspect of what you're learning today is in there in the industry. We're applying it today as I speak. And going further, I thought, okay, people should also understand that there is women inside. What I'm showing you is a very small video, okay, and I hope it works. So I'll take you to it. I think I might have to stop sharing and start. Just bear with me. Audio, okay, sorry. Maybe it works. Let me see. Sorry for this advertisement. Are you able to hear the audio?
No, I can't.
No, okay. I'll do one thing. Can you share, Kala, and paste this?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Please send me. I will do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can keep it full screen and click the link. It will take you to YouTube.
Okay.
Keep it full screen and click the link. Is it a hyperlink, madam?
It's not. Yeah, it's a hyperlink.
Then keep it a full screen.
Yeah, it is in full screen. Oh, sorry.
No, we are not seeing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Very sorry. Yeah. I'll share that. Now?
Now it is playing. Can you? No. When you are sharing, can you please allow audio also there while you are sharing? So in the Teams they will show you the share audio also. So include that audio symbol.
Okay.
Reshare when you are sharing. When you are sharing video, they will also ask you audio.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. So let's start again.
Geetha Y, and I am a structural engineer, currently working at San Francisco Public Works. Structural engineers work on all the plans in order to develop structures like bridges, infrastructure like large buildings, also doing analysis, figuring out if those structures are safe. So here at San Francisco Public Works, I do things like go out on site visits and do bridge inspections. When we go out on a bridge inspection, we're looking at new things that have occurred with that bridge to see if something has occurred and that we need to repair immediately. We take those things seriously for the safety of our community. And then also aside from that, we go out on site facility visits for different projects that we do and just double check dimensions, look at the scope of the work. You have to make sure that you're aware of everything going on, and then go back and make sure you design it so it can go through to construction. So one of the things that I really love about being an engineer is being able to help people. Being part of public works means that you are working for the public. So you get a chance to give back to your community. All of the structures that I work on, everything that I inspect, is for the people around me. So the first thing that you have to do when you want to become an engineer is go to college. That was my first step. I graduated from San Diego State University with a degree in civil engineering. My advice to students pursuing engineering is definitely find a mentor. Find a mentor while you're in high school, even middle school if you can. I found mentorship in my student organization called NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers. There were many people that just cared to see me go somewhere. And with that being said, I went to a conference in San Francisco and a recruiter picked me out and I got my opportunity here at San Francisco Public Works.
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, so you realize it's just not, we are sitting and designing in the office and you might find it boring. But the impact that you're making for the world, for the people around you, for the entire community, the nation or the world is huge. You don't realize until you come to the industry, work in the industry. So like she said, first get your, am I audible? I can hear two sounds.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, sorry, okay. So please make that effort and get inspired with your professors, get inspired with people, see a lot of, today internet is so large, you have abundant resources. Earlier when I was studying, we didn't have internet and we were going to the library, seeing things, learning from photographs. And today we are in a different world. So it is very, very important that you understand we are in a world where it is evolving and we are doing a lot of things. And please be a part of this. So civil engineering branches, like Murthy uncle said, transportation engineering, one of them. Structural engineering is where I am working, and irrigation engineering is another aspect which is very important to the society. And geodetic and soil and foundation, wastewater works, like I showed you. Coastal and ocean engineering, this is another branch. Hydraulic engineering is another branch, and every single aspect that you're studying today, every single subject that your teachers and professors are teaching is so important to the world. Please make extra effort, learn, do your research, do your study. And I love surveying. You won't believe it. I wanted to be a surveyor at one point of time, and I don't know. It just happened that I just loved structural design and analysis so much that I got into core designing and analysis of structures. So these are the branches and where you can work, explore yourself. Environmental is one, and I'm sorry it's not here, and it's not definitely the least important. Today we are talking about sustainability, and sustainability is standing on environmental engineering and the impact and the destruction that you are causing to society and sea life and everything around us that is breathing and living. So it is very important that you understand and appreciate what you're learning, and it is it's in your hands. Your career is in your hands. So make use of it, and please appreciate what you're doing, and learn the best, enjoy it, and it's very important to know this, learn this, and work in it. So come into the industry, learn it, and be in it, and work more. Okay, see, it's not like, okay, let me talk about my journey. You might be thinking, I have a lot of support, and every day I don't have to make such a deep effort into diving into working and working late hours and submissions. No, it's not an easy walk for everybody, whether it is a male or a female. Today, everybody has to put extra effort. First thing is, now you're in the best period of your life where your professors are guiding you and they're giving you the knowledge that you require to come into the industry. Next step, you have to find your passion, where you want to work, where you want to thrive, whether you want to do in industry at the right away or you want to do a master's. I did my master's in University of Sheffield, and thank you to Murthy uncle who supported me, not just in telling me or guiding me the path that it is so important to have more in-depth knowledge of designs, but also he's always been showing me various aspects where I can excel in. So, like Murthy uncle to me, Dr. Pala, your professors in your engineering are giving you that guidance. I didn't have until I met uncle and many other people who are influenced my life. So, when you plan and you execute it, you will love what you have created. Today, I'm very proud that I have done a lot of bridges, which I worked in Dominant Technology in UK, and they are in Sudan. Sudan is a developing country and people are struggling and they didn't have a path to go from one town to the other. We built bridges. It gives me immense pleasure that, I could help them out to go from a place to another place to probably get daily needs, food needs and things like that. I was a part of power structures when I started my career in Tata Consulting Engineers, and there I saw that, it is so important that your fundamentals are right. What you're learning, Kani's method, MDM, SDM, all these methods, when I started doing analysis like, continuous beam, I could find out that these analysis results are correct because I know fundamentals, right? And you have to do that. You have to learn this. You have to remember this. Okay, there is no, guidance notes saying that you have to take your huge Ramamrutam book and walk every day to office. No. Everything is in soft. You have every access to every resource what you want to do. Today, if you type something in YouTube, it will give you a design. But your professor is giving you live demonstration of those designs, those data collection and those literature survey that you require. So make use of it. Please don't ignore. These are the best days of your life. And this has helped me through, and I really hope if I have influenced even 10% of the people to come into the industry, I would be glad. But stay in the industry. Even I have taken my breaks. If you look at my career, 2001, I started my work. I have taken my breaks because of maternity and things like that, but I'm back in the industry. You have to work hard. It is an extra effort for you to, manage both house and office, but you have to do it. That is when you will make a mark in this world. We cannot just be sitting at home saying, okay, no, I am going to look after only my house and, rest, whatever I studied is of no use. It's not true. Every person who's sitting at home today, I will say, please come to the industry. You will make a lot of impact. Be it any role, you're important. So please come to the industry, and this is my urge to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Geetha Madam. Now I take the opportunity to welcome our Dr. Shiva Kumar Krishnan from Vedic. He is the Director of Learning and Innovation. The Vedic is our Vishnu Educational Development and Innovation Center, which is a common and centralized facilitation given to the education institutions under Sri Vishnu Education Society. We have batches in Hyderabad, Narsapur and Bhimavaram. So we have many number of thousands of students and hundreds of faculty. All these faculty and students will be brought to the Vedic campus and train students and faculty on different aspects. So Dr. Shiva Kumar Krishnan is helping out the students and faculty in various aspects in shaping their career and things like that. So on this note, I welcome you, sir, and I request you to have a words with students, and I introduce Dr. Narasimha Murthy, sir. I was keep on telling about Murthy, sir, to you since a long back, and this is Mrs. Geetha Madam, and I fortunately met Geetha Madam through Murthy sir, and I met Murthy sir through Ratnakar Reddy sir, who is a mentor to me in NIT Trichy. So there is a long connection to us. So I'm very happy to express my sincere thanks to all of you. So please have your words.
Actually, first of all, I should thank our guest speaker here, Geetha Gunja. I really was inspired listening to all her experiences and the mentoring that she's actually providing to our students. I mean, you are our mentor, like you have been mentored. You are our mentor and our students' mentor. In seeing that civil engineering actually is an exciting thing. There are a lot of things happening in civil engineering, and we are happy to have the students. I'm sure will appreciate the broader exposure of all the things that are out there in the civil engineering field. As I know, we are all working as a team to enable our wonderful students to have this broader experience and having the confidence that people like yourself, when you come and speak, having the confidence that I can also do that. It's very important for our students. So I'm very thankful to you, Ms. Geetha, for having taken this time and sharing with our students. And of course, Dr. Girish always surprises us on what can be done with civil engineering. So for that, we are of course thankful. And thanks to Dr. Narasimha Murthy for joining in this late hour. I really wanted to meet him, but today there was something else that I had to attend to. So I was late in joining. I apologize for that. But one thing I want to share with the students, like what the speaker already mentioned, the practical work and calculations or fundamentals that she talked about very eloquently, and how these are important. And even in the field work, we have some transportation related projects. What I have learned from the students and the work that they are doing is that you always need to calibrate with something in the field. So you need to go to the field also and calculations that help you become more rounded in your skill set, and that becomes valuable to the companies that you're working for. So I think adding value in the sense of what you've already learned means that you want to be exposed to speakers like today's speaker and taking that into your practical learning, thinking, okay, these are some things. And I took some notes, and pretty soon I said, I cannot take all the notes that are needed here. So I did take some notes, and I was very impressed because it's not about just structures. What she was talking about was even iconic structures, not building structures alone. And the rocket launch structure that she was talking about, there's a lot of design involved in it, practical design. And looking into that, if some of you students can get curious and say, maybe I want to learn a little bit more about this, we are all there to support you in this process. So with that, I will conclude. I'm happy that I joined, even though it was a little late to join. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Gish.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for joining, and have a nice words. Thank you, sir. Now I request Geetha madam to just throw some light on, because our final year students are there, they have just taken the Worley written test, so they are having the next rounds, so maybe you can just give some valid inputs so that they will be prepared well.
Okay. Okay. So, like I said, fundamentals. Okay, you have to get your fundamentals right, and we are looking for engineers in all sectors, just not civil engineering. And this is a very broader world. Go to our website, worley.com. You will find a lot of inspirational videos of what things are happening in the company, and I can show you, but probably it might bore you more. We've already gone through a very long, conversation, and it would be better you explore and you find your passion in what you want to do. GET training is very good, and because the industry, we have worked for a very long time, and we have all over the world branches, and we are in America, Australia, UK, and Middle East, and not only onshore, we do offshore structures. Like I told you, I'm in sustainable and energy transformation, and we are moving from fossil fuel, oil and gas to wind energy, right? So what we are looking for is basically somebody who can do perfect calculations in structures. This is for structural engineers only I'm talking about. But if you're looking for environmental aspect of it, you have your own passion. So please go through the website. Please understand get aligned with the company's values and understand what we are working on, the projects. Get inspired, I would say, because unless you have the passion and inspiration, you cannot do work. After 6 months, you will find it boring. Am I running the same analysis? I'm getting the same failures. What am I doing here? That should not be the case. You should like what you're doing, and like I showed you, the impact that you have on the society is large than you expect. So there is so much to give the society, and so make your basics right. Get your shear force bending moments, calculations, stresses, and material curves, and we are looking for connection designs. So final year students, please, steel structures, if you are being asked questions, connection design is very basic. If everything is right and the member is surviving, if the connection is not safe, everything is going to fall into pieces like a pack of cards. So connection design, whether it is shear, moment, and splice, everything is important. So calculation of moments, shear forces, and stresses, very important. So, and in RCC, we are looking for how ductile detailing, IS 1893, please be sure of your codes. IS 456, 800, IS 1893, SP6. Everything has a relation to what we are doing in design today. So they are looking for people who are very strong in basics, right? If fundamentals are right, you can create anything, like I told you, like a bird's nest, like I showed you. So you can create anything. So you get your fundamentals right. So please go through the website of Worley and be prepared well in advance. Don't be in a shock that they're going to come here and ask me something which I don't know. You know everything. Just dig in your books and see what all things that are applicable, like I showed you, and be prepared for it. And wish you good luck.
Thank you, madam. And can we have 2 minutes interaction if some students want to just do next 2 minutes quickly? Ram Gopal sir, please take students' introduction.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for your insights, valuable insights. So, since you are also a structural engineer, in your company Worley, what kind of softwares they do use for structural analysis?
Okay, we are using STAD for onshore and SACS for offshore. And now both are bought by Bentley, so you might be knowing. So go to Bentley website, you will get all the details of what the softwares are capable of. And again, I will tell you, software is just a tool. If you know how to do joint modeling, member modeling, and applying loads is not the end of it. Please understand, if you don't know WL square by 8 and that moment is not coming in the center, then you should really be worried about it. Because whatever you design is not going to stand. So please get your basics right, okay? And modeling and use of tools is very important, I know, because that is what we are going to produce as reports. But for that you need to do a prior planning. So please read drawings, read scope of work and things like that, so you will be able to do it. STAD has some extraordinary features, okay? So you have something called a master-slave joint, okay? You may not be using it today. You might be building beam and applying load and checking the bending moment and coming to a conclusion, this is my size. And your software will also give you what is the reinforcement required for RCC. And for you need to understand in practical world, every time you cannot have very high diameter bar in the very small beam, right? So please know your IS 456 and covers and things like that. These need to be input in the software, okay? So STAD will do what you say. So please get your codal provisions in place and understand what master slave can do or what the commands are for viewing the results and how you're going to verify these results. I would be more interested in understanding, that it can be verified, okay, with basics, right? And SACS is offshore engineering, only for offshore engineering, and that is because it has capability of understanding hydrodynamics, and we can put wave and wave cards and wave values into the card. So it will generate the fixed structure or floating structure, how the wave loads are applied to the structure. So SACS is there. Yeah.
Can we get abroad opportunities from India?
Okay. The question, you have to frame it right, okay? Abroad opportunities, I am sitting in India working for UK projects. You want to go abroad or you want to work on abroad projects? Okay, I was working for an Indian project sitting in UK. So you will get opportunity where you want to be, and that will only happen when you prove that you are able to capably do it independently. So please go through the GAT mentorship programming and understand what is the work that is happening. And Worley is a versatile company, like I told you, it does lot of structures. Go to the website, you will find a lot of details which is available, open to public. And we are sitting in India as a production center, and we are doing projects for abroad. So if you're talking about that, yes, we are doing projects for abroad. And India, yeah, sorry. Shell, of course, Shell we are doing in Bangalore only.
Apart from structural engineering, wind energies, nuclear energies కూడా ఉన్నాయి. దానికి ఎలాంటి టైప్ ఆఫ్ సర్వీస్ రావాలి, ఎలాంటి టైప్ ఆఫ్ నాలెడ్జ్ రావాలి. ఊరికే క్వశ్చన్ కూర్చోండి అంతే.
Thank you.
Close the proceedings. Gopal, please have a closing remarks.
So good evening, one hour present here. So good morning, one hour present here. I stand here with a heartfelt gratitude and immense appreciation to conclude our event today. First and foremost, I would like to extend my gratitude to our chief guest and our guest of chief guest, Mrs. Geetha, and our guest of honor, Narasimha Murthy garu, and our Vedic director, Sivakumar Krishnan garu, and our HOD sir, Dr. Pala Girish Kumar. And also I would like to extend for the guidance and support provided by our management, chairman sir, K.V. Vishnu Raj Garu and Vice Chairman Sir Ravichandra Rajagopal Garu, our Principal Dr. G. Srinivas Rao Garu and our Vice Principal Dr. P. Srinivas Raj Garu. And as we close our today's event, I would like to also emphasize on one factor, because we have organized this event especially for empowering our women students towards leadership as well as and entrepreneurship. Right. So in order to be a leader or entrepreneurship, you need to have vision. You need to make a lot of work. So there is a saying, dream big, make your dreams into reality. So based upon that, I hope that we don't end our journey here. As we progress further, you keep on having big visionaries and you make that vision and your dream into reality. With those closing remarks, I want to end this day. So thank you and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gopal. Thank you all the dignitaries. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day, sir. Have a nice day, madam. Have a nice day. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Close this.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
You are seeing two persons there on the screen. These two persons, one person is Dr. Narasimha Murthy. I want to talk about these two persons because they will be having association with us for the rest of the years. Because I met Narasimha Murthy sir through online 2021 through one eminent personality. He is Engineer Ratnakar Reddy sir. He is one of the very famous personality in the area of transportation again. So, Engineer Ratnakar Reddy is a managing director of Infra Support Consultancy Engineering Private Limited, Bangalore. He is having his own company and he works for transportation infrastructure. He takes a lot of projects across India and abroad also. So, I met Engineer Ratnakar Reddy sir during my masters and during my PhD at NIT by Madras also. Since then, we had a good bonding because I am the one who has seen the hospitality of his visit to NIT and IIT Madras for a program. So with that hospitality bonding, we had such a connection throughout these years. It is in way back in 2013 and 2015. After that, after I joined in this college, we connected him as an industry expert to the students. And since then we are connecting and see, I am trying to tell you the importance of the network. Okay, so we really don't know who is going to help us in some way. So I didn't know that he is going to be with me after many years, but still, so he is the one who gave me an opportunity to talk with Murthy. When I was discussing about, I want speakers for conducting a transportation webinar series or a workshop on transportation. So I was looking for around 10 to 15 experts in transportation division. So in my connections, I do not have such a big number of persons, resource persons from the industry. So when I asked him, he quoted this person, Dr. Narasimha Murthy. So soon after his contact, I contacted Narasimha Murthy, who used to live in USA. And with no doubt, he has given his willingness in different ways. So with that connection, we did conference also with him, and later on we established this road safety forum also through the support from the Murthy. So see, I'm trying to tell you, we did a lot of things together. So he's already having a deep program which he has established at USA to educate people about road safety. So in India, he has connection with different agencies. So he started saying that to start something. So we started this because we have something to do as a social responsible activity. We do not know how to take it forward. So in that time, he has given a valuable inputs, and that's why we started this forum, and that's why we are taking it forward. So see the connection and bond and how we are getting inputs. Okay, and then he is going to be one of the instructor also soon for the upcoming second years in the second semester. For the transportation engineering, we are looking forward to have take note to have him for the course also, to teach partial delegation for the course. Okay, maybe that or maybe some other course which he is expertise in. Okay, and then he has introduced to me during his visit to India this Mrs. Geetha Madam. Okay, so Geetha Madam, father is a faculty, he is a maths teacher, he is a very great personality, he is around 100 plus years now, he is still alive, and his student is this Murthy sir. Okay, so this Murthy came to India last year in September for a get together of his batch. He has graduated in 1970. Okay, so 1970, and then later applied his PhD from Worley University in late 1970s. So he came to India and connected with a lot of his batchmates. All the people are retired people. They have their different own companies and they are big people and all. So I'm very fortunate to be invited to that meet as a guest. Okay, so he has introduced me to all the people. Among those people, this madam is one person. So he keep on saying me that to be connected with Geetha, so that Geetha will help you in different ways. So since then we were talking with Geetha madam to interact with our students. Since she is in offshore structure design, she never find time to interact with students or to interact with some never, because I keep on asking time for 1 year. Since she was very busy in different projects, she's taking care of UK projects and Indian projects. So she's a very busy person. Today, fortunately, she came to us and addressed this. But you know, one more thing, we have a drive which is going on for final year students in SVECW campus. So we have 3 campuses. We have civil in 2 campuses and other branches in all other campuses. So Worley is a company which recruits the electrical people, civil people and mechanical people also. So she is the one who has given an opportunity to recruit students from SVECW. Before in SVECW there was no recruitment only. So through this contact we were able to provide this opportunity to our students. So see the connection, how it is helping to get some opportunity. So it is very important. For example, why I am telling all these things, to make you understand the interaction to these people from you is very important. Because if you interact now, so they will also try to know, with whom you are talking about. So for example, you say your name and year, okay? Maybe sometime later after 1 year or 2 years, if you have a chance to connect with that person, so you can just quote this program as an example that day I have interacted with you. That when you quote this example, that gives some additional advantage or some impression to connect more. So when I connected to this Ratnakar Reddy sir after years, so 2015 was my last time I met him. After 2015, in 2020 I interacted with him. So after 5 years, I mailed him saying that I am so and so. So I graduated from MIT and so and so. I met you to give hospitality and so and so for the program. So I would like to talk to you once. So soon after that mail, he connected to me because he know me before. Okay, so that there was a chance. But there is no incident before. There is no chance for me to have a meet with him. I cannot quote this. Maybe he cannot reply to me. Who knows? We don't know. So similarly with the IT professor also, last time we conducted this NCC. So there is one professor with the name Geetha Krishnan professor. So he is one person who I met in 2015 for organizing National Concrete Canal competition at IIT Madras. So with that connection, I requested him to be a chief guest. So soon after that, he mailed me giving his contact. Radhakrishnan, yeah. So Radhakrishnan. So he has responded immediately after that mail, seeing that I was his student at that time. So that was the bond. So that is important. So whenever it is given a chance to you, interact saying your name, your year, so that the person also will remember. Tomorrow there is a chance, if you get, it is very easy for the connection. Okay, maybe tomorrow you get some opportunity. So like that I quoted that. You know, all the second year students are taking a combined course with UNC, University of North Carolina, Charlotte. So that professor Shen Chen also, he was one of the mentor for the scholars at IIT Trichy and IIT Madras for forensic engineering. So he used to visit IIT Trichy and IIT Madras once in 2 years or once in 3 years. So I met him in 2014 and 2016. Okay, 2 different times and 2 different lectures I have attended. So when I came here and joined here, in 2022, I was thinking, 2021, I was thinking to connect him for something. So since then I searched his contact and email, the website, and I took it from UNCC, and then I mailed him saying that I am so and so, I did my PhD and so and so. During this time, I was your student, and I have been to many lectures that you have given at this institute. I would like to have a small conversation with you regarding so and so. So soon after seeing that mail, he has responded to me, and after some 2-3 conversations, I requested his mobile contact. He has given me, and then we have introduced him as a speaker for our conference, and later on he gave a position of general conference here for our 2 conferences. And after that little more closeness, we requested to have some benefit to the students on some course. So likewise, we started doing the collaborative course, and now we are requesting for student exchange. So this is the kind of network and connection, because we have quoted something else before. So we do not know where we are going to get some help from someone. So definitely it is very important to network people. Okay, so the department is giving you a lot of better things, bringing some new people from different companies. When this happens, I request all of you to be more attentive to that. Okay, because you have to involve more in reality. Okay, I hope that the connection between all these things you understood, and hopefully from next onwards we will use it wisely. Okay, thank you very much.